Be careful riding in water. Be very careful. Another thing nobody talks about is this intake tube. There's a tube that comes off and comes down over here. Well, as some of you know, we're turning this into a mud build. 32-inch tires, 18-inch wheels. These are MSA wheels. The tires are Moto Havoc, 32 by 18. Some of you call them tractor tires. I call them trench diggers. Anyway, this is the Gen 3 CFMOTO CFORCE 1000. My 800 is over there. A couple of things we're doing to this build. Snorkels is one of them. We want to give you guys an overview. We stripped this machine. I'm going to tell you how long it took me to strip this machine and get it to where it's at right now. You'll be surprised when I tell you. It didn't take too long, but I'm going to tell you exactly how long it took me to get it to the way you see it. But first, I want to talk about Snorkels, and we're doing rad relocate kit, custom kits, both custom kits. We have these snorkel riser tubes. We have them in 2-inch and 3-inch. Here's a 3-inch one, right there. 3-inch one. These things are big and beefy. They will breathe. They will move air. That's what you want in a snorkel system. You want it to move air. So we have those on our website available in black for you guys. If you guys are wanting like orange or something, you can pre-buy them over the phone and we'll have them made in orange for you. Actually, almost any color you want, we can have them made. You do have to buy 3 of them to get that color. Any color you want, which you need 3 of them anyway, usually. And we'll need to know what sizes, that you'll need. Deep dive into this machine. I want to go over and show you what it looks like and actually how beefy this thing is over the other model, the Gen 2. I have the Gen 3 over there, but I have the Gen 2 CFORCE 1000 Overland downstairs in my basement, and I had an 800, sold it to my buddy. But I wanted to go over this thing. It took us 30 minutes to have all the plastics pulled off of it. 30 minutes. So if you're one of those guys who want a deep clean, you get the Ugga Dugga gun out and you can pull all this stuff out, not including the radiator. But the radiator come out after that very easily. It came out in like 2 minutes. So it's not super hard, but here's most all the parts. There are a lot of bolts. A lot of bolts. The ECU is floating up here somewhere. Here's more over here. And then there's all the plastics. We are hydro dipping all the plastics. I'll save that for a surprise video for you guys because we'll probably video doing it. But I wanted to show you guys how this thing was built. It has big beefy A-arms. And of course, pretty much the same trailing arms as what's on the other gens. Gas tank is obviously in the back on the other side. The whole frame is just, it's stout. Very stout. The engine, hold on. The engine transmission, very stout. And you're probably wondering what this is. We'll get to this. This is part of our Snorkels. When we get on the other side, I'll show you what we're doing with the Snorkels. We do have the stock exhaust still on it, but not for long. Guys, we also have an upgraded air filter. I have a video on that. It's on our website. You can find the video on our YouTube channel here. Coming around here, I want to show you guys the shocks. These shocks actually ride pretty good, but they're stock. You guys know how I feel about stock shocks. Stock shocks are always kind of subpar-ish, but they work. And these ones do ride very soft, very nice. So really no complaint in a stock form standpoint. If anybody knows what this is, let me know. I know what this is because I put it there. If you know what that is, comment below and let me know. I'm curious to know. Snorkeling the machine. We'll get into that because we're on this side. Snorkeling the machine. It's really simple to do. You got this boot that comes off, and all we have is a 3-into-2. And the 3-inch actually slides right in there. It actually kind of snaps in. There's a lip. It's almost like, I don't know, it's almost like CFMOTO knew we were going to do this. But this is just one of them rubber coupling boots you can get at the Lowe's in their snorkel section. But it literally snaps right down in, and then you tighten the clamp down. It's tight. It ain't going anywhere. 3-into-2. And then you have all this room to run snorkel stuff. Same concept back here. Slightly different, but same boot and everything you'll use back there, and run it up. Clutch cover on this unit, not all the bolts are in it. That's because I'm in and out of it. But clutch cover on this unit is very beefy, very heavy, and very open for more airflow, for best airflow. There's not a whole lot of difference on this machine other than looks, but frame-wise and A-arms and stuff, it's more similar to the Gen 2 ones. The tie rods, they're practically the same. They're not even beefier, not really. Practically the same. Power steering, practically the same. The exhaust is run on this side, same side as the clutch. So it is on the opposite side from the other Gen 2 model. This is what it would look like if you stripped it down. No plastics other than this plastic, but if you stripped off those plastics and your racks, this is what it's gonna look like. You can have those racks off of here in about 3 minutes, right? So, give you guys an overview look right there. Them tires is gonna look awesome on this thing. One thing I did wanna note, and a lot of other content creators have not covered this, CFMOTO actually put, let's go see if we can find it. I like this, I'm glad that they did it. See that sensor right there? That's a knock sensor. That's great. So we're doing a big bore kit, 97 millimeter, 12:1 on the compression ratio. And we're doing a big bore kit, but our big bore kit is gonna have billet jugs. And we are machining the sensor location in our jugs. We do like to have that. That is a good thing to have. I'm glad CFMOTO did that on this model because they didn't do it on the other models, and I don't know why. But that is nice. A lot of content creators that don't point that out. But to the snorkels, more toward the snorkels. They didn't leave you a lot of room to get back to this back exhaust on the CVT. I'll show you a little bit here. Let me grab a light. So this is what we did, a 3-2, and it fits right on the clutch cover back there. And we're coming out of that with a 90, and then we're coming up here into a radiator hose. This is a 2-inch radiator hose, good beefy. This is a good radiator hose. This is a more flexible one, silicone, so it can take the heat. And the reason why we're using this is so we can sneak past this shifter arm. And when we put it through there, once it's in there, it's gonna be kind of like that, but tucked up. We're gonna have a heat shield wrap on it, and that's basically where this lever can rub. There's really no getting around that. That's for the exhaust. The inlet and the stock airbox inlet, those are so easy to snorkel, crazy easy. This back here is the tough cookie, but only because of right here. Now we tried all kinds of other options. We already mocked up a bunch of stuff, so we know how it's gonna go together. But this is how we're doing it with that radiator hose. It's the only thing I found that's flexible enough that will kind of move out the way. And we did, there is a bracket that sits here. All it does is hold this hose. This is a crankcase vent hose. Or no, yeah, transmission vent hose. We did have to take that bracket out, and what I'll do is I'll just zip tie this to probably this harness. Voila, gone. It's just a bracket, a big bracket. I don't know what its use is for. I'll show you. Where's it at? Where is that at? It's here somewhere. I don't know. It's here somewhere, but it's got a ton of holes in it. Looks like they were gonna mount something else there. I'm not sure what, but we got rid of that, and this went right in. And then when we sneak it right there through the exhaust, we'll keep it over here as far as possible, and we'll wrap it in heat tape. But this hose can take the heat. You just don't want it to touch that at all. And then we'll have a 90 going right in there, and there we go. Then we'll be able to run this right up, and you'll have plenty of room. There is plenty of room under here. You can come up right in here. You can come up right in here. There's tons and tons of room up front to do this, even with the radiator in it. We're doing a rad relocate, but that's how. So if you wanted to snorkel your Gen 3 CFORCE 800 or 1000, that's how you can do it. And that's exactly how we're doing it. I will say this. Another thing nobody talks about is this intake tube. There's a tube that comes off and comes down over here. Well, that tube, that inlet is about right in here. Well, when all the plastics are on, you still have an opening because of the shock. And when you hit a mud hole, and if you're turning, if this wheel goes inward and you're in a water hole, it throws water right up into that. Not on this model, but the CFORCE 800 over there, stock out of the box, no mods to it, took it out, and it bogged down. I got water right in the intake. So if you guys have a Gen 3 CFORCE 1000 or 800, be careful riding in water. Be very careful. Because all I was doing was riding. I wasn't being hard on it. I wasn't being heavy on the throttle. And it ingested water because this intake, it has an extension that comes here. I'll see if I got it. It's here somewhere. I don't know. I got boxes after boxes. I don't remember, but it comes over here. There's other videos out there that might show it. So you'll see it. I think I may have talked about it in another video as well, but it clips on here and then it comes over here and it ends like right here, and it has a big wide mouth on it, a big mouth. And this tire throws water right up in here. All the plastics that are in here, it literally guides water like a freaking shovel right up in it. So be careful. Be careful if you got the 800 or 1000 when you're water riding. That's something to note. It will take in water. And the way this is designed, how it kind of vortexes into here, it throws it right into the air filter. I almost hydrolocked that one. I was super mad about it because none of my other CF motos I had a problem with that, especially on the Gen 2s I didn't. So yeah, guys, hopefully that answers all your questions. Here's the, the shifter rod, which, guys, this one shifts butter smooth all times. And don't forget about our clutch kit. We have the baddest clutch kit on the planet for these things. If you want your CFORCE 800 1000 to perform that the same way, all you got to do, get yourselves one of these from www.rngperformance.net. Search for Gen 3 CFORCE clutch kit. It'll come right up. We also have some awesome looking shifters in stock too. That's the 800. Can you imagine what the 1000 does? Wicked, wicked. No ECU tune required. And another thing I want to throw out there, yes, you can have other ECU tunes with our clutch kit. You can have our ECU tune. You can have another competitor's ECU tune with our clutch kit. You don't have to worry about, running a competitor's ECU tune, because I know we had a couple customers that already had a tune but didn't have a clutch kit, and they wanted our clutch kit, and they got our clutch kit, and they've been happy, very happy with it. So I just want to throw that out there, because there's other competitors out there that are trying to tell you that you can't do that. Yes, you can do that. We did the testing. We had our competitors' ECU tunes on this and that model on the dyno when we were testing clutch kits, because we want to make sure our stuff is working correctly. And guys, an ECU tune, unless it's a bad tune, you're not going to have any problems. If you have a bad tune and it's not allowing the motor to put the power down that our kit puts down, because our kit puts the most power to the ground out of all the kits out there, it's amazing. So if you have a bad tune, yes, you could have problems. So if you're having problems and you're having somebody else's tune, it's because they don't know what they're doing. They tuned it wrong. So keep that in mind. Yeah, guys. So I don't know. I'll just give you a kind of a close-up walkthrough so you can see how beefy this is. CFMOTO build quality is top-notch. Very top-notch. Very stout machines. This thing weighs just under 1,000 pounds. So it is on the heavy side, but it does not ride like it's on the heavy side. In the trails, it rides really nice. Fully adjustable stock shocks. CFMOTO axles. A lot of people ask me about what axles I recommend because they want to upgrade their axles. Guys, CFMOTO is the only one on the planet that has the beefiest axles. I've only broken one CFMOTO axle, and I think it was due to a faulty cup because it was brand new out of the box and I broke it in like 16 miles. After that, no issues. So, you know, CFMOTO axles is very stout. That is not a part on your machine that you need to worry about updating and upgrading. That is the least part, in my wholeheartedly honest opinion. Out of all my machines, except for that one, I had no choice because it's got 72-inch long travel suspension on it. This CFORCE 1000 XL is freaking a monster. It's got aftermarket axles, custom axles. This one, 32s, stock axles. So axles are the least part. I would say, honestly, the first things that you should upgrade on this thing is the air filter. And then definitely do the clutch kit. But, you know, if you're one of those guys that's kind of on the fence about a clutch kit, don't know if you want it or not, the air filter is the first thing. And we have one that fits awesome on our website, www.rngperformance.net. So check out our performance air filter. It is an oiled filter. It's an awesome air filter, and it's definitely a must-have. Well, guys, I'm going to close this one out. I just wanted to give you a walk around on this CFORCE 1000. And basically, the 800 will be the same thing. The 800, everything you're seeing here, everything's going to be identical on it. So, heck yeah, guys. All right, peace out. God bless. Do us a favor, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the comment section down below, and we'll see you in the next one.